I've spoken to thousands of students who want to improve their fluency. And what I saw is that many people feel stuck where they are. And they feel like all they need is to improve their vocabulary, their pronunciation, or confidence, but they just don't know how to get there. And what I also saw is that that's not the only thing that's missing. They're missing a fluency identity. In this video, I'm going to explain to you what a fluency identity is and what you need to do to really find that fluency identity to get to that 90% fluency, 95% that you've been wanting all along. If you don't know who I am, my name is Daniel Cordoba, owner of DC Vocabulary, where we help a lot of students to be able to find their own fluency identity. And we're on a mission to help as many students as we can to be able to become not only fluent speakers, confident speakers, and to feel like themselves when they speak the language, just like when they speak their native tongue. This small little detail is keeping you from becoming more fluent. And a lot of people think that to become more fluent, you just got to master more vocabulary or improve your pronunciation or increase your confidence. That's all true. These are things you need to do. But that's only part of it. There's something called tone and role. Tone and role make up a fluency identity. One thing that you need to understand is that you have different roles. For example, you could be a boss at a company. You could be an owner of a company. You can be a coworker. You can be even amongst your friends. There's, people who are like the jokester, the one who's always telling jokes, or the one who's serious, or the one who's like more, clear-minded, who can make better decisions. Everyone has a role. You have your role. And maybe you know what your role is when you speak your native language, like Spanish, whether that be at work, in your relationships, or with your friends. But when it comes to English, you're unsure on how to express that tone and that role. This is because you have not found that fluency identity yet. And so how do you do that? Well, I'll give you a few examples. The way that a boss communicates in English will be different than how coworkers communicate amongst themselves, right? And the way that boss communicates with another boss will be different. So if you're a boss, but you're communicating like a coworker, that's going to reflect your identity. And people will treat you like a coworker instead of a boss. This includes the phrases you're using, your tone, your intonation, your vocabulary, the phrasal verbs, the structure, the way you show your opinions, the way you disagree, the way you agree. All of these things have to do with your identity. And if you're a coworker or a subordinate and you're talking too directly, then you're probably trying to sound like a boss without even realizing it. And that can be bad as well. And so this misalignment between your identity or your role and the phrases you're using could be the reason why sometimes you don't feel like you're sounding natural or genuine when you speak. And one way of fixing this is finding what your fluency identity is. And the way you do that is you find out what are your goals, what are your shortcomings, what do you do for work, what did you do for work before, what job position do you have, who are you amongst your friends, do you have friends, are you married? All these things have to do with your own identity. That's actually what we do with our students before we even get them started with the course. I or someone else can sit down with them to see what their specific needs are. And based off of that, we can determine, okay, this is where you are and this is where you could be, right? Because if you just join a course and they don't do this, they just say, okay, here's a price, here's a website, see if you can join, then this is just a copy and paste method. If you're doing what everyone else is doing, then you're going to get artificial results, not genuine results. So a lot of courses fail in this aspect, right? And the craziest part is that it's the easiest thing to do, to sit down with someone and to talk with them and find out what their needs are. But many courses don't do this because it can take up some money, time, and people are just happy if their school is making money, then why change everything, right? I can understand their point. Like if it's profitable, then why change anything? What we did is we did the opposite. We saw what people were missing in their courses We listened to what they felt, made them feel like they were wasting their money in courses. And we simply changed it. We simply added these things, which includes support, includes motivation, includes personalized material, includes seeing what the specific needs of that person is so that they can really enjoy their course. And we really feel like we're changing the game when it comes to English courses, because at the moment, no one is talking about a fluency identity. You can Google it. If you put fluency identity in quotes on Google, you're going to see me. You're not going to see anyone else. This is because we're the ones who have really started doing this because we've seen that it's necessary. Here's something that you can do. Go, for example, on ChatGPT, and to find your own fluency identity, it's going to be vague. It's not going to be concise. The way we do it is we have a fluency ecosystem where we find out specifically what the student needs, but then we also show them how to get there with help, with motivation, with classes, mini group classes, live classes, personalized classes, a vocab tracker, a speech analyzer, the whole thing, right? But if you're not, you're just curious, you want to know what your own identity is, I'm leaving a prompt down below where you will put your questions and the answers. You will copy it, paste it onto ChatGPT, and it will show you what your fluency identity is now and what it could be based on your specific needs, right? So yeah, my dear students, thank you for watching this video. And if you really are interested in finding your true fluency identity and you're really interested in getting our help, then book a call, schedule a demo call where we'll sit down, we'll see what your specific needs are. And if you qualify, we'll offer you this premium fluency experience. And if you're curious a little bit more about it, I have a video linked here to show you what makes us different from other courses. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more videos. And that's all for now. I'll see you next time.